Before watching the Tibialis Raise, just realize it's as simple as wall or dumbbell. Wall is awesome because of how easy it is to apply. The thicker the heel of your shoe and the farther you stand, the harder it gets, but that's not precisely measurable, whereas a dumbbell is precisely measurable. 12.5% of your body weight for 20 full reps would represent the standard, whereas 25% for 10 reps would represent world class, meaning once you can do 20 reps at 12.5%, you can actually cut down your reps and start loading heavier. Now let's take a look at what that looks like. One of my absolute favorite exercises in the world, because you can do it anywhere. You just need something to put your butt against and a space where your feet aren't gonna slip. Only your butt is against the wall, not the back. Then your hands are gonna make sure that your knees don't bend. This does not work as hard as that. So you're gonna keep your legs straight and you're gonna go up and down, getting a full flex at the top, fully pointing down at the bottom. The farther out you stand, the harder it is to get your toes up. So within a set, if you can't get up, you just back up and you can keep going. And then the higher the heel of your shoe. So if I crank this super far out until I can't even really get my toes up, and then if I were to slip my shoes off, you would see that there's less angle now. So the higher the heel of your shoe, you have to understand that changes difficulty. So if one day you're wearing a low-heeled shoe and the next day you're wearing a high one, it doesn't mean your tibialis got weaker. So that's all you have to do on this exercise. You don't need any equipment whatsoever. This is the most user-friendly exercise of all, and you can build world-class tibialis just by standing farther. And at extreme levels, if you got out, all the way and you can still perform 20 reps, you could start the process back over and you could just work one leg at a time. It would be the same thing, but I don't want you to overestimate your abilities. I don't want you to not get full range. I don't want you to have to bounce at the bottom. I don't want you, a big mistake is bending the knees to try to get momentum on the way up. Just do it strictly, and it's just a gift that will keep on giving. Now, there's a lot of ways to put a dumbbell on your foot. The simplest I found is with a strap. I believe you can go to any Home Depot and stuff like that and get straps. Now, this is a Mr. Infinity Nordic strap. That's the strap that I have. It basically makes it really easy. In the past, I've used floss bands and to wrap it all on, but I realized recently this makes it much easier. It was actually ATG members realized this. So if you get your dumbbell on a simple wedge there, you can see that I can just put it right on, apply the strap, and this weight will show the standard weight. So right here, boom, I've got the dumbbell set up. Let's see, I can get it a little tighter here. There it is, look at that. And what makes this great is I can switch legs super easily. So I can just, before using a floss band, having to attach it again, with this, much easier now to just switch legs. So if you find the right tightness there, and this is a pretty slippery dumbbell. Most dumbbells will probably be simpler than that. Another interesting thing with using a strap is, say you get to failure, you can pull up and then you can still fight down on your own, pull up. So you can do your 3 sets of 20 even if you hit failure. So say you hit failure at 15, you can still go to 20. Just like with the wall, you can go to 20 because you can stand closer. So with this one, you can use assistance on the way up, fight it down. Now what you're seeing me use here is 12.5% of my weight. The standard is 20 reps with 12.5% of your weight. Notice I'm stretching every time there. I'm squeezing and trying to get to that top position. And then long term, your goal, if once 20 gets easy, if you're in a sport with a lot of deceleration and you want to get an even stronger tibialis to protect, the tibialis wraps around to protect that inside shin splint as well as that jumper's knee. In many ways, you could say it's the simplest way to prevent shin splints and jumper's knee. Well, you can work your way, if you want world class, towards 25% of your body weight, which right now I can only do a few reps. But I recommend getting that 12.5%, very easy for 20 reps before you try to go lower reps with heavier weight. But that's how you do it. Then look, you just slide it right back up on. You can take your strap, loosen it, and look, I can just go right back between legs. And we have like professional tibialis machines, and no one disagrees that this dumbbell version actually burns more than a $1,000 Tibialis machine. And I think it's because you may start out and feel wobbly. So it's like you're applying free weights to your tibialis because you have to control the weight. So there does add an element in weight training when you have to handle the weight instead of it being on a machine. But look at that, stretch through there, flex up. I mean, it's absolutely one of my favorite exercises, and I showed you so easy against the wall and now so easy with a dumbbell, and if you hit failure, you can assist up and fight down. So tibialis raise, that's how you do it. You don't have to send in your form every time, but you definitely can feel free to send in your form on this one. It's not as risky like some other exercises where you have to send in your form, but you definitely can send in your form to make sure you're doing it right.